Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy X right here, presenting you some Bloodborne gameplay in the background when I'm trying to defeat this boss that took away 50,000 blood echoes from me, and I'm severely pissed off about that. Anyway, which do you guys consider to be better, an overhyped game or an unappreciated game? And this can go for movies as well. And for movies, the two movies I have is Deadpool and Star Wars. Star Wars was a okay movie to me. For 2 hours and 18 minutes, even though the 18 minutes is with credits, it was alright. It felt like a Star Wars movie should be, but again, the Rebels won stupidly. The main villain that was in the movie, I didn't like him. He felt like a total badass without the mask, but once he revealed his face, it was like, he seemed weak. I didn't like that at all. But the action, the cinematography, that's what I liked. But other than that, it was alright. And the same thing with Deadpool. I wish it had more gore. I wish it had more violence. I think the movie especially felt flat in that area because he only fought when he was Deadpool a couple times here and there. And then once they were about to show a gory scene, they moved the camera away. But it just felt average. It didn't feel, I wasn't wowed or excited. I wasn't astonished like I was when I was watching Hardcore Henry. But also, a great example for being overhyped would be Mad Max Fury Road. I freaking love that movie. I was super overhyped when they showed it 2012 and totally forgot about it because it got canceled and pushed back to 2015. But when I was watching that movie, I was hyped, I was screaming, I was yelling at the TV all the way up to 100. What a beautiful movie. And that's one of the good examples of being overhyped about it. And a bad example would be, to be overhyped, would be Civil War. Another Marvel movie, sadly. I think the movie's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to, wow me like most indie movies does. Because I guess you already know what you're getting from these, huge AAA movies. But on video game level, most of the Ubisoft games, like The Division, Watch Dogs, and Assassin's Creed Unity, they hype the hell out of their games. And the majority of the time, once you play them, and they make so many promises that's not in the game. So it's probably the company's fault. They're trying to bring so much hype to it, but it just falls flat. Especially with Watch Dogs, it was such a disappointment, and it had so much hype around it, and it was advertised so beautifully that it collapsed in everyone's laps. Another example for this hype would be Call of Duty every year. People are always expecting a different Call of Duty, and then within the first 2 weeks, it's like, nah, it's the same Call of Duty, just skinned in something else. And great examples and then here's a great example for an overhyped game. Well, for me it was overhyped, but I didn't feel like most of my friends didn't enjoy it that much as I enjoyed it, would be The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. That was a extremely overhyped game, but since I guess it was an indie developer, they succeeded on the hype of what they brought to the table. I put at least over 200, 300 hours in that game, and beat on the hardest difficulty. So I really enjoyed it. That was actually my game of the year for 2015, and it was amazing. It succeeded on that hype. But another bad example of hypeness would be Bethesda's game, Fallout 4. It shipped out broken. They shipped 20 million copies, but when the game finally released, it was broken. And you're seeing that with a lot of overhyped games, that once the game comes out, it's broken. Battlefield 4, Watch Dogs, The Division had some problems here and there on the first 2 days. And it's sad. Maybe the company gets cocky, like, oh, well, we can do whatever we want because we have all this hype behind it, and people are going to buy it, whatever. for whatever reason. And that's kind of sad. One of the greatest sleeper hits of 2015 that I enjoyed would be Dying Light. That game was so much fun. Even, playing with my man Logtorn. Go check his channel out. We had fun playing Dying Light. That game was so much fun, and everyone was expecting for this game to, so horribly, because of their history from making the Dead Island series. But since everyone's shitting on the game, surprised them and wowed them, and it was like, oh shit, this is actually a good game, and it actually sold over 5 million copies. Another game that was overhyped, that I overhyped, was GTA 5 for me. I didn't like GTA 5 that much, because it mostly felt like it was a single-player game, but the online was cool. Just the GTA 4 storyline wasn't there, and that's what I didn't like about it. But what do you guys consider to be good? A sleeper hit or an overhyped game? Some overhyped games deliver, but majority, they do not. So, put your thoughts in the comments below, and I'm sure going to check it out. Peace.